When we talk about maintaining clear, healthy vision over the years, especially as we reach the age of 80, we need to understand that our eyes are extraordinarily complex and delicate organs that depend on a perfect symphony of specific nutrients to function at their best. Nature, in its infinite wisdom, has gifted us with bioactive compounds found in fruits that act as true guardians of our eye health, protecting each delicate structure of the eye from the damage caused by time, oxidation, and environmental factors that constantly threaten our ability to see clearly. These nutrients are not just isolated chemical elements, but intelligent molecules that work in harmony to maintain the structural and functional integrity of every component of the human visual system. Vitamin A is the cornerstone of healthy vision and is absolutely essential for the proper functioning of the retina, the ultra-sensitive layer of nerve tissue located at the back of the eye that captures light and converts it into electrical signals that our brain interprets as images. When present in adequate amounts in the body, this fat-soluble vitamin participates directly in the synthesis of rhodopsin, a photosensitive protein found in the rods of the retina that allows us to see in low-light conditions. Without sufficient amounts of vitamin A, we develop night blindness, a condition that can progress to more serious problems if not treated properly. Fruits rich in beta-carotene such as mangoes, papayas, persimmons, and peaches provide this nutrient in its most bioavailable form, allowing our bodies to convert this precursor into active vitamin A according to their specific needs, preventing both deficiency and toxicity that can occur with synthetic supplements. Vitamin C, scientifically known as ascorbic acid, plays an absolutely crucial role in maintaining eye health, especially in protecting the lens, the natural transparent lens located behind the iris that allows us to focus on objects at different distances. The lens contains one of the highest concentrations of vitamin C in the entire human body, and this high concentration is not a coincidence, but rather a fundamental biological necessity. Vitamin C acts as a powerful antioxidant, neutralizing the free radicals that constantly attack the delicate proteins of the lens, preventing the formation of opacities that characterize cataracts. In addition, this essential vitamin strengthens the blood capillaries that supply the eyes, improving circulation and ensuring that all eye tissues receive adequate oxygen and nutrients. Citrus fruits such as oranges, lemons, acerola, kiwis, and strawberries are exceptional sources of vitamin C, providing not only generous amounts of this nutrient, but also bioflavonoids that enhance its absorption and effectiveness. Vitamin E, an extremely powerful fat-soluble antioxidant, works synergistically with vitamin C to create a robust antioxidant defense system that protects the cell membranes of the eyes against lipid peroxidation, a destructive process that can lead to degeneration of the retinal cells. This vitamin is particularly important for protecting the polyunsaturated fatty acids present in the cell membranes of the retina, especially in the macula, the central area of the retina responsible for detailed vision and color perception. Vitamin E deficiency can contribute to the development of age-related macular degeneration, one of the leading causes of blindness in older people. Although it is more abundant in oilseeds and vegetable oils, some fruits such as avocados, mangoes, and kiwis provide significant amounts of this essential vitamin. Lutein and zeaxanthin are two carotenoids that are absolutely essential for macular health, literally being the pigments that give this critical region of the retina its yellow color. These bioactive compounds act as natural internal sunglasses, specifically filtering out high-energy blue light that can cause oxidative damage to the photoreceptor cells of the macula. The concentration of these carotenoids in the macula is so high that this region is often called the yellow spot due to the presence of these protective pigments. Lutein and zeaxanthin cannot be produced by the human body and must be obtained through diet. When we eat fruits rich in these carotenoids, such as peaches, oranges, papayas, and persimmons, we are literally depositing protective layers in our macula, creating a natural barrier against light damage and aging. Scientific studies have shown that people with higher concentrations of lutein and zeaxanthin in the macula have a significantly lower risk of developing macular degeneration and maintain better visual acuity as they age. Anthocyanins are an extraordinary class of flavonoids responsible for the vibrant colors of red, purple, and blue fruits, but their importance goes far beyond aesthetics. These bioactive compounds have exceptional antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, being particularly beneficial for improving blood circulation in the small capillaries that supply the retina. Anthocyanins strengthen blood vessel walls, reduce capillary permeability, and improve blood flow to all eye tissues. In addition, these molecules have the unique ability to regenerate rhodopsin, the visual protein essential for night vision, allowing the eyes to adapt more quickly to changes in light and improve vision in low-light conditions. Fruits such as blueberries, blackberries, acai berries, purple grapes, cherries, and jabuticaba berries are exceptional sources of anthocyanins, offering not only antioxidant protection but also tangible improvements in visual function that can be noticed within weeks of regular consumption. Zinc, although although a mineral and not a vitamin, deserves special mention for its critical importance in eye health, being found in particularly high concentrations in the retina and retinal pigment epithelium. This essential mineral participates in more than 300 enzymatic reactions in the human body, including several that are fundamental to visual metabolism and retinal cell regeneration. Zinc is necessary for the proper synthesis of melanin, the pigment that protects the eyes from damage from ultraviolet radiation, and also plays a crucial role in transporting vitamin A from liver stores to the retina. Although it is most abundant in meat and seafood, some fruits such as bananas, apples, and pears provide modest but significant amounts of this essential mineral. The synergistic combination of all these nutrients in fresh, natural fruits creates an unparalleled eye protection system, far superior to isolated or synthetic supplements. When we consume a colorful variety of fruits regularly, we are providing our visual system with all the elements necessary to maintain the clarity, acuity, and health of our eyes throughout our lives, even reaching our 80s or 90s with crystal clear, functional vision. The world of fruits offers us a veritable treasure trove of natural antioxidants, each carrying in its complex molecular composition a natural pharmacy specifically developed by evolution to protect and nourish our eyes in an extraordinarily effective way. When we understand that our eyes are constantly exposed to light, oxygen, and free radicals that accelerate the cellular aging process, we begin to value these fruits not only as tasty foods, but as natural medicines that can literally determine whether we will maintain our crystal clear vision at age 80 or succumb to the degenerative eye diseases that affect millions of people around the world. Each specific fruit offers a unique combination of bioactive compounds that work in perfect harmony to protect different structures of the eye, from the cornea at the front to the retina at the back of the eyeball. Blueberries, nature's tiny dark blue jewels, represent perhaps the most powerful source of anthocyanins available in the plant kingdom, containing impressive concentrations of these antioxidant pigments that are literally capable of crossing the blood-retina barrier and depositing themselves directly in the eye tissues where they exert their protective effects. During World War II, British Royal Air Force pilots regularly consumed blueberry jelly before their night missions, reporting significant improvements in their night vision and ability to distinguish targets in low-light conditions. Modern science has confirmed these empirical observations, demonstrating that the anthocyanins in blueberries not only protect against oxidative damage, but also accelerate the regeneration of rhodopsin, the visual protein crucial for adaptation to darkness. In addition, blueberries contain pterostilbene, a compound similar to resveratrol that has exceptional anti-inflammatory properties and helps maintain the integrity of retinal capillaries, preventing leaks and hemorrhages that can compromise vision. Acai, a small purple fruit native to the Brazilian Amazon, contains a concentration of antioxidants that surpasses virtually any other known fruit, with ORAC, oxygen radical absorbance capacity, values up to 10 times higher than those of conventional fruits. The anthocyanins present in acai have exceptional bioavailability, being rapidly absorbed by the digestive tract and efficiently transported to the eye tissues, where they exert long-lasting protective effects against macular degeneration and cataract formation. Acai also contains essential omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids in ideal proportions, nutrients that are essential for maintaining the flexibility of the retinal cell membranes and ensuring the proper functioning of photoreceptors. Recent studies have shown that regular consumption of acai can significantly improve contrast sensitivity, an important measure of visual quality that often declines with age. Goji berries, known in traditional Chinese medicine for over 3,000 years as longevity fruits, contain an exceptional concentration of zeaxanthin, a carotenoid that is specifically concentrated in the fovea, the central region of the macula, responsible for high-resolution vision. These small red fruits provide more zeaxanthin per serving than any other known food source, creating a natural store of this protective pigment in the most critical area of the retina. The zeaxanthin in goji berries has a slightly different molecular structure than that found in other sources, giving it greater stability and resistance to degradation, which means its protective effects are longer lasting. In addition to zeaxanthin, goji berries contain unique polysaccharides that have been shown to stimulate the regeneration of retinal ganglion cells and protect the optic nerve from glaucomatous damage. Cherries, especially darker varieties such as sweet cherries and sour cherries, are an extraordinary source of anthocyanins and natural melatonin, a unique combination that provides antioxidant protection during the day and facilitates the recovery and regeneration of eye tissue during sleep. The melatonin in cherries not only regulates circadian rhythms, but also acts as a direct antioxidant in the eyes, protecting against damage from blue light and ultraviolet radiation. Cherries also contain quercetin, a flavonoid that strengthens retinal capillaries and reduces eye inflammation, making it particularly beneficial for people who suffer from dry eyes or chronic irritation. Purple grapes, rich in resveratrol and proanthocyanidins, offer cardiovascular protection that extends extends directly to eye health, improving blood circulation in the small vessels that supply the retina and preventing the formation of lipid deposits that can compromise visual function. The resveratrol in purple grapes has the unique ability to activate genes related to cellular longevity, potentially slowing the aging of retinal cells and maintaining their function for longer. Proanthocyanidins, in turn, strengthen the collagen present in the sclera and cornea, maintaining the structural integrity of the eyeball. Jabuticaba, a fruit typical of Brazil, concentrates its antioxidants mainly in its dark skin, offering a unique combination of anthocyanins, tannins, and ellagic acid that have demonstrated exceptional protective effects against macular degeneration. Regular consumption of this fruit, including its peel rich in bioactive compounds, can provide antioxidant protection comparable to or superior to that of more expensive imported fruits, representing an affordable and effective option for maintaining eye health over the years. Age-related macular degeneration represents one of the most devastating and silent threats to human vision, affecting millions of people around the world and being the leading cause of irreversible blindness in individuals over 60 in developed countries. This degenerative condition specifically attacks the macula, the small but crucial region in the center of the retina responsible for high-resolution central vision that allows us to read, recognize faces, drive, and perform all activities that require precise visual detail. What makes this disease particularly insidious is its gradual and often imperceptible development, where central vision loss progresses slowly over the years, often going unnoticed until the damage is already significant and irreversible. However, modern nutritional science has revealed an extraordinarily hopeful truth. A diet rich in specific carotenoids can not only prevent the development of macular degeneration, but can also dramatically slow its progression in people who already show early signs of the disease, offering a window of opportunity to preserve vision through smart and consistent dietary choices. Carotenoids, the natural pigments responsible for the vibrant colors of many fruits and vegetables, act as true molecular shields in the macula, concentrating specifically in this region at extraordinarily high densities that are up to 1,000 times higher than those found in blood plasma. This high concentration is not accidental, but represents a sophisticated evolutionary strategy developed over millions of years to protect the most vulnerable and important area of the retina from cumulative damage from light and oxidation. Lutein and zeaxanthin, the two primary carotenoids found in the macula, act as natural optical filters that specifically absorb high-energy blue light, the part of the light spectrum that has enough energy to irreversibly damage the delicate photoreceptor cells responsible for central vision. When we consume fruits rich in these carotenoids, such as papaya, mango, peach, persimmon, and orange, we are literally building a protective barrier in our macula, layer by layer, meal by meal, creating an optical density that can reduce the amount of harmful blue light reaching the most vulnerable cells of the retina by up to 40%. The process of macular degeneration begins long before the first symptoms become apparent, starting with the gradual accumulation of metabolic waste products called drusen in the retinal pigment epithelium, a layer of specialized cells that supports and nourishes the photoreceptors of the macula. These drusen, composed mainly of oxidized lipids and damaged proteins, are the result of decades of uncontrolled oxidative stress, where the production of free radicals exceeds the natural antioxidant capacity of the eye tissues. When carotenoids are present in adequate concentrations in the macula, they intercept these free radicals before they can cause damage to cell membranes and structural proteins, effectively interrupting the destructive cycle that leads to drusen formation and subsequent degeneration of retinal cells. Longitudinal studies have shown that people with the highest levels of lutein and zeaxanthin in their diet have up to a 57% reduction in the risk of developing advanced macular degeneration, a protection comparable to or greater than that offered by many pharmaceutical drugs. The bioavailability of protective carotenoids is significantly influenced by how we consume fruits rich in these compounds, with absorption being optimized when these nutrients are consumed, along with small amounts of healthy fats, which facilitate their dissolution and transport through the digestive tract. Fruits such as avocados naturally combine carotenoids with monounsaturated fats, creating an ideal nutritional synergy to maximize absorption. In addition, minimal processing, such as preparing fresh juices or consuming ripe fruits, can increase the availability of these protective compounds by breaking down the cell walls that encapsulate them. Consistency of consumption is also key, as carotenoids are not stored in large quantities in the human body, requiring regular intake to maintain adequate protective levels in the macula over time. Controlled clinical studies, including the famous REDS-2 Age-Related Eye Disease Study 2 study funded by the U.S. National Eye Institute, have provided irrefutable evidence that supplementation with lutein and zeaxanthin can significantly reduce the progression of macular degeneration in people who already show early signs of the disease. Even more impressive, long-term observational research has shown that individuals who maintain a diet rich in colorful colorful fruits and vegetables from young adulthood have a dramatically reduced risk of developing any form of macular degeneration, suggesting that prevention through proper nutrition may be more effective than any treatment currently available. These scientific findings represent a paradigm shift in the understanding of macular degeneration, transforming it from an inevitable condition of aging to a largely preventable disease through appropriate nutritional choices maintained consistently throughout life. The practical implementation of this preventive strategy involves the daily consumption of at least 2 to 3 servings of carotenoid-rich fruits, varying colors and types, to ensure a full spectrum of protective compounds, thus creating a personalized nutritional program that can literally determine whether we will maintain clear, functional central vision into very advanced ages or become victims of this devastating condition that robs so many people around the world of their independence and quality of life. The transformation of antioxidant-rich fruits into true natural medicines for the eyes depends not only on choosing the right varieties, but fundamentally on how we prepare, combine, and consume these precious foods, maximizing the bioavailability of their bioactive compounds and creating nutritional synergies that exponentially enhance their protective effects. The science of eye nutrition has revealed that simply eating fruits alone, while beneficial, represents only a fraction of the therapeutic potential that can be achieved through smart culinary preparations and strategic combinations that consider factors such as solubility, intestinal absorption, liver metabolism, and transport to the eye tissues. When we understand that many of the most important compounds for eye health are fat-soluble, requiring the presence of fats to be properly absorbed, or that certain natural enzymes can dramatically increase the availability of specific carotenoids, we open the door to a culinary approach that transforms our kitchen into a laboratory for preventive eye medicine, where every meal becomes an opportunity to invest in preserving our vision for decades to come. Juices and smoothies are one of the most effective ways to concentrate and maximize the absorption of eye nutrients, especially when prepared with specific techniques that preserve the integrity of antioxidant compounds while optimizing their bioavailability. A morning smoothie made with fresh blueberries, ripe mango, a quarter of a small avocado, and a teaspoon of virgin coconut oil creates an extraordinary nutritional synergy where the anthocyanins in blueberries and the carotenoids in mango are solubilized by the healthy fats in avocado and coconut oil, resulting in up to 5 times higher intestinal absorption than would be obtained by consuming these fruits separate. The addition of a pinch of black pepper rich in piperine can further increase the absorption of carotenoids, while a few drops of fresh lemon provide vitamin C, which enhances the antioxidant action of all the other compounds in the mixture. The timing of consumption is also crucial. This type of smoothie should preferably be consumed in the morning when digestive enzyme levels are optimized and the liver is more efficient at processing and distributing fat-soluble nutrients. Fruit salads, when prepared with scientific knowledge of nutritional synergies, become true natural pharmaceutical formulations for eye health. A combination of ripe mango slices, papaya cubes, fresh pitted cherries, halved purple grapes, and a few hydrated goji berries, seasoned with a few drops of extra virgin cold-pressed olive oil and a drizzle of pure honey, creates a nutritional profile that covers the entire spectrum of carotenoids necessary for macular protection, as well as providing anthocyanins for rhodopsin regeneration and essential fatty acids for the maintenance of retinal cell membranes. Olive oil not only improves the absorption of carotenoids, but also provides natural vitamin E, which works synergistically with other antioxidants to create a robust and long-lasting antioxidant defense system. This salad should be consumed immediately after preparation to preserve the integrity of the heat-sensitive and light-sensitive compounds that can degrade rapidly when exposed to air and light. Green juices enriched with specific fruits represent a special category of therapeutic preparations that combine the nutritional density of dark green leaves with the antioxidant power of carotenoid-rich fruits. A juice prepared with organic kale leaves, baby spinach, half a ripe avocado, 1 medium mango, half a papaya, and natural coconut water, blended in a high-powered blender until creamy, provides a concentration of lutein and zeaxanthin comparable to that of pharmaceutical supplements, but in a much more bioavailable form and accompanied by hundreds of other synergistic compounds that enhance their effects. The presence of fats from avocado and electrolyte-rich coconut water creates an ideal intestinal environment for maximum absorption of carotenoids, while the soluble fibers in fruits modulate the rate of absorption, preventing spikes and sudden drops in blood levels of these important nutrients. Homemade jams and jellies made from fruits rich in anthocyanins, when prepared using techniques that preserve bioactive compounds as much as possible, offer a convenient and long-lasting way to ensure regular consumption of these essential nutrients. A blueberry jam prepared over low heat with minimal addition of organic brown sugar and a few drops of lemon juice to preserve color and antioxidant activity can be stored for weeks in the refrigerator, providing a concentrated source of anthocyanins that can be added to plain yogurt, oatmeal, or eaten plain as a therapeutic dessert. dessert. The gentle cooking process, when done correctly, can even increase the bioavailability of certain anthocyanins by breaking down the cell walls that encapsulate them and facilitating their release and absorption. Naturally fruit-flavored waters are an elegant strategy for increasing antioxidant consumption throughout the day, especially important considering that many of the eye protective compounds have a relatively short half-life in the body. Filtered water infused with orange slices, a few fresh cherries and mint leaves left to steep in the refrigerator for a few hours creates a refreshing beverage that provides vitamin C, anthocyanins, and volatile compounds that may contribute to overall eye health, while promoting adequate hydration that is critical for maintaining healthy intraocular pressure and ensuring adequate tear production. Evidence-based medicine has completely transformed our understanding of the role of fruits in the prevention and treatment of eye diseases, providing robust and irrefutable scientific data that validates what popular traditions have intuited for centuries, that certain foods have specific medicinal properties capable of protecting and restoring visual function. Decades of rigorous research involving thousands of participants in controlled studies, longitudinal analyses, and comprehensive meta-analyses have built a body of scientific evidence that not only confirms the benefits of antioxidant-rich fruits for eye health, but also precisely quantifies these benefits, establishes effective dosages, and identifies the specific molecular mechanisms through which these natural compounds exert their protective effects. These studies, published in the most prestigious international medical journals and conducted by renowned research institutions such as Harvard Medical School, the National Eye Institute, and Tufts University, represent the gold standard of scientific evidence supporting modern nutritional recommendations for the prevention of degenerative eye diseases. The AREDS, Age-Related Eye Disease Study, conducted by the National Eye Institute in the United States and involving more than 4,700 participants over a 6.3-year follow-up period, represents a historic milestone in the scientific understanding of the relationship between nutrition and eye health. This randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study conclusively demonstrated that supplementation with specific antioxidants, including vitamin C and E, beta-carotene, and zinc, reduced the risk of progression to advanced macular degeneration by 25% in participants with early signs of the disease. Even more impressive, the AREDS-2 follow-up study, which included more than 4,000 participants and specifically tested the effects of lutein and zeaxanthin found abundantly in fruits such as mangoes, papayas, and peaches, revealed that these specific carotenoids were even more effective than the supplements tested in the original study, reducing the risk of macular degeneration progression by 26% and the risk of developing nuclear cataracts, the most common form of lens clouding, by 32%. These extraordinary results have definitively established that the compounds found naturally in specific fruits have genuine pharmacological properties comparable to or superior to those of many conventional medications. Large-scale epidemiological studies, such as the Nurses' Health Study and the Health Professionals Follow-up Study, which collectively followed more than 100,000 health professionals for periods exceeding 20 years, have provided even more compelling evidence of the protective benefits of regular consumption of antioxidant-rich fruits. These observational studies demonstrated that individuals who regularly consumed anthocyanin-rich fruits, such as blueberries, cherries, and purple grapes, had a 40% reduction in the risk of developing cataracts and a 35% lower likelihood of developing age-related macular degeneration. Most notably, detailed analysis of the data revealed a clear dose-response relationship where each additional serving of antioxidant-rich fruit consumed daily corresponded to an additional 8% reduction in the risk of degenerative eye diseases, suggesting that the benefits are cumulative and that there is no ceiling for the protective effects of an antioxidant-rich diet. Specific clinical intervention studies with blueberries and other anthocyanin-rich fruits have produced results that can only be described as revolutionary. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition, conducted with 36 participants with early signs of macular degeneration, demonstrated that daily consumption of 160 grams of fresh blueberries for 16 weeks resulted in significant improvements in contrast sensitivity, visual processing speed, and dark adaptation. Even more impressive, measurements of macular pigment density using advanced imaging techniques revealed an average 20% increase in lutein and zeaxanthin concentration in the participants' macula, confirming that the fruit compounds effectively cross the blood-retinal barrier and are deposited specifically in the tissues that need protection the most. Visual function tests conducted before and after the intervention period showed statistically significant improvements in multiple parameters, including night visual acuity, color perception, and recovery speed after exposure to bright light. Specific research on cataract prevention through the consumption of vitamin C-rich fruits has produced equally compelling evidence. The Blue Mountains Eye Study, which followed more than 3,600 Australian participants for 10 10 years showed that individuals with the highest levels of vitamin C intake from citrus fruits had a 64% reduction in the risk of developing nuclear cataracts. Detailed biochemical analyses revealed that natural vitamin C from fruits is significantly more effective in preventing cataracts than synthetic vitamin C, possibly due to the presence of synergistic bioflavonoids that enhance its absorption and antioxidant activity in the lens. Studies on glaucoma, one of the leading causes of irreversible blindness worldwide, have also provided promising evidence on the protective role of antioxidant-rich fruits. Research published in the American Journal of Ophthalmology showed that regular consumption of anthocyanin-rich fruits was associated with a 69% reduction in the risk of exfoliative glaucoma, a particularly aggressive form of the disease. The researchers attributed this protective effect to the ability of anthocyanins to strengthen the eye's capillaries and improve the drainage of aqueous humor, thereby reducing the intraocular pressure that characterizes this devastating condition. These rigorous scientific studies not only validate the therapeutic use of fruits in the prevention of eye diseases, but also establish clear guidelines on which fruits to consume, in what quantities, and how often to obtain maximum benefits, transforming nutrition from an empirical practice into a medical strategy based on solid, quantifiable evidence. Preserving clear, functional vision in older adults transcends the simple consumption of antioxidant-rich fruits, requiring a holistic, multifaceted approach that integrates specific eye exercises, smart environmental protection, strategic hydration, and precise behavioral modifications that work synergistically with proper nutrition to create a robust, long-lasting eye protection system. Modern understanding of visual physiology has revealed that our eyes, like any other organ in the human body, respond positively to appropriate stimuli and consistent preventive care, being able to maintain and even improve their function when subjected to a comprehensive and scientifically based care protocol. This integrated approach recognizes that eye aging is not an inevitable and irreversible process, but rather a phenomenon that can be significantly delayed and, in many cases, partially reversed through the implementation of complementary strategies that address all aspects of visual health, from eye muscles to tear quality, from retinal blood circulation to protection against harmful radiation. Eye exercises represent a fundamental but often neglected dimension of maintaining visual health in older adults, functioning as a true physical therapy for the eyes that strengthens the extraocular muscles, improves lens flexibility, stimulates blood circulation in the ocular tissues, and maintains the neuroplasticity of the visual pathways. Alternating focus exercise, where you alternate between focusing on near and distant objects for 10-second intervals 3 times a day for 5 minutes, stimulates the ciliary muscle responsible for accommodating the lens, maintaining its flexibility and preventing the progression of presbyopia. Eye movement exercises in specific patterns, complete circles clockwise and counterclockwise, wide horizontal and vertical movements, and fixation on diagonal points strengthen the 6 extraocular muscles that control eye movement, improving binocular coordination and reducing visual fatigue. The technique of conscious and deliberate blinking, performing 20 slow and complete blinks every hour, stimulates the production and uniform distribution of the tear film, preventing dry eyes, which is one of the main causes of visual discomfort in older adults. Protection against blue light and ultraviolet radiation is another essential pillar in preserving vision during aging, especially considering that cumulative exposure to these types of radiation throughout life is one of the main risk factors for macular degeneration and cataract formation. The use of sunglasses with certified optical quality that block 100% of UVA and UVB rays should be a non-negotiable practice whenever you're exposed to direct sunlight, even on cloudy days, when ultraviolet radiation can be equally intense. Indoors, especially when using electronic devices, the use of blue light filters or glasses with lenses that specifically block the 400-490 nanometer range can significantly reduce oxidative stress in the retina and improve sleep quality, as blue light interferes with the natural production of melatonin. The 20-20-20 rule, where every 20 minutes of screen time is followed by looking at an object 20 feet, approximately 6 meters, away for at least 20 seconds, helps relax the ciliary muscle and reduce digital visual fatigue that can accelerate the development of myopia and asthenopia. Strategic hydration goes far beyond simply drinking water, involving maintaining an adequate electrolyte balance that supports quality tear production and keeps intraocular pressure at healthy levels. Drinking 8 to 10 glasses of filtered water, evenly distributed throughout the day, preferably away from meals, so as not to dilute digestive acids, ensures that the eye tissues receive adequate hydration for their metabolic functions. The inclusion of natural coconut coconut water, rich in potassium and magnesium, can help maintain the electrolyte balance necessary for the proper functioning of the sodium-potassium pump in the retinal cells. Avoiding excessive consumption of caffeine and alcohol, especially close to bedtime, prevents dehydration that can compromise the quality of the tear film and increase intraocular pressure during the night. Environmental control of humidity and air quality is another crucial aspect that is often underestimated in maintaining eye health. Environments with relative humidity between 40–60% provide ideal conditions for tear film stability, while very dry air can accelerate tear evaporation and cause chronic irritation. The use of air humidifiers during the driest months of the year, especially in environments with air conditioning or artificial heating, can make a significant difference in eye comfort. Air purification through HEPA filters removes irritating particles that can cause chronic eye inflammation, while indoor plants such as peace lilies and ferns help maintain natural humidity and filter environmental toxins. Stress management and sleep quality are emerging as key factors in preserving vision, as chronic stress increases cortisol production, which can raise intraocular pressure and accelerate cellular aging in the retina. Relaxation techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, and yoga not only reduce systemic stress but also improve blood circulation in the small capillaries that supply the eyes. Quality sleep with 7 to 8 uninterrupted hours per night allows for cell regeneration and the removal of metabolic toxins that accumulate in the eye tissues during the day, which is essential for maintaining optimal visual function over the years.